This is a test of the microphone audio, so we know how we're coming through over the microphone. Alright, a little bit quiet. Let's see. I lowered the volume of that. Still testing. So minus, I don't know, 33 decibels. Yeah, alright, so that's some nice background music. Okay. Testing the audio one more time. Yeah, that looks good.
Excellent.
All right. Camera. Okay, we have camera. As far as I know, no one's in the chat.
Okay. Do we want to do another announcement?
Yeah, we could. I will look at my phone here. Oh, it's not really that necessary because it's going to be archived anyway.
Yeah. Let's see how many viewers we can get.
Okay. Alright, let me see here. Oh, I gotta navigate to social media.
What a shame that is. I hate social media.
I know, I do
it's
too.
the bane of my existence.
It is.
And yet also is what makes us money, so go figure.
It's our outreach.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Just doing that. I gotta do the thing. Quoting retweet seems to be the way. Retweet comment. And we are live.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Bumblebee.
Would you like to show the camera what's going on?
Yep. So, I suppose we can show the chat again if people wind up showing up. But this is the Iron Strider Ballistarius.
Do you have the... Well, we need context. Do you have the box?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Here.
There you are. I'll let my beautiful wife show it off.
We've been into Warhammer minis as of late.
Yeah.
So we're getting into the little model kits.
Mm-hmm. Show them the Techno Gimp on the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's a man, and he's in a very unfortunate position. He runs the machine. Ross has cut him out of the machine.
Yeah, I have successfully entirely liberated the body of the Techno Gimp from the machine, and am doing something which may or may not be more macabre.
Heresy.
Yeah. I have decided that I am going to put Bumblebee here. There we are. To good use. I've started making some wires to fit into all the little ports, so he's all plugged in, and he can drive the machine now. Because in the grimdark future of the 41st millennium, I don't know, they killed Bumblebee and they made him a robot. Another robot. Into another robot?
They made him into a Strider of some kind.
Robot 2.
Robot 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a dude.
Yes, share with the class.
Man. They're called Tyranids, but they're basically, if you ever played StarCraft, they're like Zerg. They're the little beastie alien guys of that universe. So I'm going to paint them to look like Zerg because I played StarCraft, and I really enjoyed it.
Zerg were fun.
Zerg were fun. Zerg were a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna kinda... This guy's got some issues. He's got some missing teeth. I didn't prime him quite right.
We picked it up secondhand off of eBay, and the paint job was kind of gummy, kind of nasty, so we stripped it as best we could, and the primer paint job, I can't say this enough, the primer that you put on there is just leaps and bounds, just way better immediately than...
it's still not great.
I think you're selling yourself short.
I don't know, some of the detail in these little mandibles got a little bit...
Mm-hmm.
I wish the camera would focus more.
Yeah. If you put your hand behind it, maybe sometimes that helps.
Like a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The mandibles.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Do you have a pick or something that I could potentially pick out some of the...
Asking you shall receive.
Very good. We should probably figure out a better setup for this eventually.
For doing these kinds of streams here?
Just because, like, the down the table view, it's not the worst, but it definitely could be better.
Well, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, it's very experimental.
Another camera directly overhead, or rather putting the camera directly overhead, that might be good once we figure out how to make the webcam talk nicely to the computer.
So that's the thing, right? In looking this up, most of the Streamlabs stuff, you can't connect it to a like a camcorder. It needs to be connected to a webcam specifically. So we could drop the money on a nice webcam.
Do we have a webcam?
I do. It's attached to the other computer.
Is it bad?
It's worse than this camera. So
go figure.
we'd want to actually get something that's probably more, I don't know, better bang for our buck than what we have currently.
I think for the time being and for our viewer count, it's okay the way it is.
Oh yeah.
But as we do this more, if we get more and more viewers, then we can start to look at upgrading our equipment setup. I think we're probably leaps and bounds ahead of other people though, because we actually dropped the money on the snowball.
Yeah, that was a while ago. So
back in 2015.
Was it really?
Yeah.
So originally we were gonna do a little streaming thing. Oh man! Oh no! Why does he have wires in his eyes?
Because he needs to look through the optics of the walker, so that's how he's gonna interface with it. The Techno Gimp servitor had eye wires too, so.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, you can kind of see where he was plugged in there. Here, you got a better angle on the camera than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can show them the front part. I haven't attached the optics yet. There's a whole front like fascia panel with like a bunch of lenses and stuff that'll have to attach at some point. Yeah.
Bloop, bloop.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm gonna start making a bone color. And
can I offer you a tip?
yes, please offer me a tip.
Since the not Tyranid, since the Zerg, the one that you're basing it off of. Sorry.
A Hydralisk?
A Hydralisk, yes, thank you. Since the Hydralisk is mostly a brown, I would probably start with a few washes of the brown that you already have over there next to your purple.
And then go up from there.
Yeah.
And lighten it up. I always like to do light to dark, but is there any reason?
Oftentimes dark to light is what most people will do. To help bring out the shadows on the figures, because here we can use one of these as an example.
That's true, because the washes get into all the little crevices.
Can show that to the camera since you're a little closer. Yeah, the black washes tend to get into all the crevices, and you really want to push the shadows on these guys, because being a miniature, you kind of want to make sure all the detail reads and shows like from a distance, and it's aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, actually, here's a nice contrast.
Yeah, this is the one that Ross made.
And recently. This one actually I bought already painted.
Watch out for the paint.
Oh, thank you, dear. This one came already painted in the mail today, and you can kind of see in the face and torso. There's not really
a lot of variation.
Yeah, because it's all the same color, and whoever painted it didn't put in any shadowing.
So you can do a black wash.
Yeah,
just sort of a watered down paint wash.
If I wanted to save this as it is now, I would put a couple washes of black over it and maybe hit it with a dry brush to bring out some of the highlights. But I think I want to repaint this all together because the Tech Priest that I've already painted.
For context, Tech Priests
yes.
are imagine the Catholic Church, but technopunk.
Tech Priest.
Tech Priest, yes.
Priest, but technology.
Real cool. They
You're real
augment all their fleshy bits with mechanical bits.
Because the machine is superior to the weak, decaying flesh.
The machine is stronger than
the machine
man.
Is strong. It's true.
Yes.
This is scientifically accurate.
This is a fact.
The crude biomass will wither and fail us.
This is so sad.
But the machine is eternal. That's the tagline of the game.
The machine lives on. But they're very cool. I do really, really enjoy their aesthetic because so their ships look like flying churches. Like it's just a very pleasing joining of I don't know, themes, I guess. For an
excellent visual reference, I can't recommend the game Mechanicus enough.
Of course.
Well, I mean that's kind of what got me into this in the first place. It's like $10-15 on Steam right now. We're not sponsored by them anyway, but it's just I've become an evangelical follower of the cult Mechanicus. So I mean, you know.
So in the lore, because we'll get into the lore.
Are we going to get into the lore?
You can tell me a little bit about the lore.
I don't necessarily want to get into the lore.
Oh, you don't
right
want
now.
to? Okay.
No. I'm painting my little Bumblebee man.
Bumbleman. But they basically make all the technology in 40K. The Tech Priests. They're the ones that make the machines of war and such, correct?
Yeah, they're like the Catholic Church in the like 1600s when they were...
When they controlled everything?
When they basically controlled everything within their realm by religious, it's almost like if the Catholic Church built all the ships as well, and all the guns, and all the technology at the time, and used that as a monopoly to ensure their domination of the world.
So is it more like a religion or more like a corporation?
Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of 50-50, and I kind of dig it. They're led by a dude named the Fabricator General,
which is also a very pretty rad name.
All the names that they have are absolutely fantastic. Like the tech priests are known as Magi, and you have Iron Strider Ballistarius and Castellan Battle Automata and tech priests. It's very good.
So the Castellan robots, were they one of the original units? Like, they look so different than everything else.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know where the inspiration for them came from, but I like the fact that they're sort of beep boop science fiction robots. That makes me very happy. So I want to lean into that. And I'll be figuring out how to paint them as time goes on.
That was way too watery.
Oh.
I went to take away some
Blow
of
on
the...
it. Blow on it. Just blow on it.
Yeah, some eye details are getting filled in.
Oh.
I might redo this at some point. I might actually take a tinier brush as well. So when did you start painting minis? Because you've done it for so you used to mod Transformers a little bit.
Yeah, I did that back in 2012 to 2012, 2013 maybe is when I started, up until the present. I started collecting them actually because I played the War for Cybertron game, which came out on Xbox 360 back in the day. It was a good, solid game, and it was kind of my introduction to the Transformers franchise.
Wait, really? That was your introduction?
It was indeed, yeah. I didn't really grow up. I grew up with Transformers Armada, which was a less than stellar show.
Wasn't great. Have
you seen it?
Yeah. Because I watched it. So Armada happened after Beast Wars. I got into it because of Beast Wars, and then I was like, "Oh, sweet, Transformers are great."
More Transformers. How could this be bad?
And then
it was awful.
It was all like it was cars, and it wasn't animals, and I was like, "I'm not about this life." What happened here?
Well, they had a sort of halfway in between show before Armada. It was called. It was like an anime. The bad guys were Predacons, and Megatron was a dragon.
Was that the one with the double-headed dragon?
Yeah, he was a double-headed dragon.
Yeah, so I did watch that one. I wasn't as invested in it because I didn't have the context of all the other Transformers and their history, and I wasn't, quite frankly, that interested either. But I do remember watching it, and I did have the figure of the double-headed Megatron dragon.
Badass.
It was very cool.
Yes.
It was weird his head turned into feet, though.
Yeah. There have been a few Transformers that sort of have that configuration. There's one that's it's a combiner. They're like monsters, Terror Cons, I think they're called.
From that series particularly?
No, I think just from the original 80s Transformers cartoon. His name was Hunger, and his knees were dragon heads, and they turn into it's a double-headed dragon, so the knees actually turn into dragon knees. Yes.
That's silly.
So I'm kind of bending the wires into the position I expect them to be in when they fit, which makes them look a little bit more grotesque.
The worst?
Actually, yeah, because it's sort of evocative of Spider.
Yeah, Spiderhead.
I have these little tiny tweezers here, which I'm going to use to guide the wires into holes that I've already pre-drilled. And then I can kind of glue the head in and glue everything else in around it. But this is going to be kind of finicky.
Agree.
For most of it, I'm going to use this plastic glue, which will bond the plastic of the model. It sort of welds it. It'll bond it to the plastic on Bumblebee's head. The back part of the head is, I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, but the head is actually 2 different colors. The yellow on the back of the head is actually paint, but the yellow on the front is bare plastic. So I'm going to try to make sure that I glue the front and not the back of the head, because this glue will not stick to paint.
Okay, and the plastic welder, it melts the plastic, right?
Yeah, it chemically dissolves the plastic, and the best way to clear out the needle is with fire. Oh, I didn't get that on camera. Hang on.
That's okay, we don't need to burn flammable things.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sure we're fine. The fumes will... It's fine.
The fumes will dissipate. It will be fine.
The fumes will kill us in 40 years.
I mean, you're not wrong.
If not sooner.
If not sooner.
Yeah. Let's see. I am... Oh. I have a friend.
You have a friend?
There's a mote of dust or something just floated by.
Yep. It was
Goodbye.
a piece of the burn, I think.
Oh, could be. Yes, so I don't want to be too liberal with it because I don't want glue to get everywhere, but I'm going to glue all the areas which will be making contact with the head, and then I think seat the head into place. And I have to sort of gently navigate this this plastic maze which I have made for myself. Plastic maze. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the head is a little bit bigger than the cavity that the Servitor Techno Gimp
wound up
originally occupied, so I'm having to... Oh.
You have to sort of finagle it back into place.
Precisely. I'm having to finagle it into place. There's that.
I think I may start over with this man.
You've only just started.
I know I've only just started, but...
You've only just started. It's not perfect.
It's not. I don't like it. I didn't do a good job. The finish on it is not the quality that I normally would have liked for myself.
Is this not your first miniature?
I mean, yes.
So, let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Must be perfect always.
Let me take a look.
But like, I don't know. I feel like this little detail, which... show the camera a little bit. Like the stuff in here is, I don't know.
You've painted before, yeah?
Yeah, I've painted before. I just feel like the detail isn't quite showing up the way I want it to.
Well, I wouldn't sweat it. It's about building up layers.
Many layers.
Yes, exactly. Painting is like onions.
Painting is like ogres.
Painting is like ogres. Ogres and onions. They all have layers.
They are all layers. Alright, I'm going to try to avoid getting paint on the little peg thing.
Oh, that's okay. There we go.
So we got little magnets. And I want to put those in there. At what stage should I drill a hole in the figure to put the little magnet into the socket joint?
Before painting.
Oh.
I didn't know you were planning on doing that. I would have said something.
Maybe I'll save that for the next one I do.
Yeah.
The next stage, more complex.
It's going to be, it would be a little tough to incorporate them. Well, no, not really. I mean,
because I have the other one. So this, one of these arms, they're glued to a sprue right now, but one of these arms came with a little magnet so that you could pull it off the figure if you want to.
Look at that. That was a good one. That's okay. It keeps the barrel from clogging up. Yes. Or the little metal tube at the end of these. Well, I mean, after you paint it, you can still Dremel the hole and attach the magnets, but
the bond might not be as secure.
It would be better. No, well, not necessarily, because you're going to be Dremeling down to the bare plastic, Dremeling holes in the plastic, and then recessing the magnet slightly. The only downside would be you might screw up your paint job near the area that you magnetize, because when you hit plastic with a Dremel, it tends to like melt and make bunchies.
Bunchies.
Yeah, like little plastic
bunchies. The technical term. Oh, that's straight up a poop color. Nope, don't want that. No, I don't want that.
Yeah, actually, I think you do. Hit it with that.
Want the poop color?
Yeah, hit it with the poop color, and then as you go, you can build more layers of color on top of it to depoopify.
Unpoopify.
Like, Part of the thing that makes the model actually look alive are the highlights and the shading that you give to it.
Well, yeah.
So when you hit the poop color with like a darker wash, some dry brushing, maybe you get some other colors in there. Look at the I keep wanting to say Tyranids, the Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Zerg again and see what other colors they have in their palette, and you can start to incorporate some of those.
They're mostly purples, bone color, and brown. I don't like how this... Yeah, okay.
What?
Just the filler primer.
Yeah?
I don't know. It doesn't seem to be taking the watered acrylic very well.
No, that's normal.
Normal?
From what I'm seeing, what you've already painted so far, you can hold it up to the camera so the camera can see as well.
Yeah.
You hit that with a couple washes and that'll sort of even itself out. It'll normalize.
So this is what I'm talking about, where there's a lot of detail in here. Because we didn't use a regular primer, all we had currently was filler primer, which is automotive used for cars, and it's meant for building up and filling in little tiny details.
We also didn't completely strip away the original paint.
This is true. This is also true.
Which it was being very, very, very difficult, so I don't really fault us for doing.
Yeah, the original paint job was...
gummy.
Yeah, there were many different types of paint on it. So we had to put this in a bath of many different solvents to try to figure out which paint, and like one solvent would
not all simultaneously.
No,
we should clarify.
Yes.
We didn't make a solvent cocktail. We did them one at a time.
We didn't do the mad science in our bathroom.
Weird science.
We basically would do one solvent, and then that would strip away one area of the paint because it was soluble at that point in time, and then we'd have to do another one.
Well, it seemed like the person who painted this actually used different kinds of paint. So there was definitely some
spray paint, some enamel type stuff.
Some enamel or other oil type base paint or solvent based paint that was removed with mineral spirits. And then there was a lot of acrylic, which we removed with simple green.
Which is, what is that? What is simple green normally used for? It's just a regular...
Yeah, it's a household cleaning agent.
All-purpose cleaner?
Yeah, it's supposed to be somewhat eco-friendly, hence green, simple green.
I don't know how much I trust that based on how it smells.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't buy it because it's good for the environment or whatever. I buy it because it's what they have in the grocery store nowadays in our post-COVID world.
Yeah. And it seems to strip the paint pretty good.
Yeah, we left it in for overnight in simple green, and it took off most of the paint. Although I did wind up having to soak the piece in alcohol as well for some length of time to help remove the most of the paint.
Yeah, it still had some of there was white on the mandibles that still, like you can see it on this piece. We are not sure what that paint is. Very difficult to get off. We're just gonna kind of leave it, and that is that.
Hope and pray.
Hope and pray that the
thoughts
other
and prayers
that the other paint will cover it up. All right, I have successfully made a poopy man.
That's okay. Again, you can correct with different layers. Your final paint job will not necessarily look like this.
Yeah, I know. You can poop if you want to. I'm going to do another layer on the head, since the head wound up being a lot more red head redemption.
Oh, red head redemption. Blue dude bamboozle.
Blue dude bamboozle. Yellow fellow smello.
Kiss a fellow.
Kiss a fellow. Do the game.
Yes. I miss Red Dead. That was a good game.
That was a very, very good game.
Yeah. Rockstar, if you're watching, Undead Nightmare DLC when?
Unfortunately, I think Rockstar had some problematic stuff going on. Was Rockstar the one, or was it Naughty Dog? Maybe it was Naughty Dog.
It seems like every developer in the world nowadays has problematic stuff going on.
Yeah.
Most recently, and this will immediately date this video for the future people who come back and watch it, but Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it's called, all the drama surrounding that. All the angry nerds that CD
Project Red.
No, it's published like CD Projekt Red or whatever they're called.
I mean, to be fair, like they did. There's a lot of stuff in that game that should have been fixed.
Like the flying cars.
Like the flying cars.
Every car is Roach.
Oh, Roach. Is Roach that bad in The Witcher?
Roach is pretty notoriously bad. Could you pass me a paper towel?
Yes.
Thank you. I just need to clean off the tip of my glue stick.
Yes.
I'm starting to glue some of these. Thank you. Some of these wires in place. This is actually proving to be quite lovely. I really enjoy how this is turning out.
Let's see. Once you're done.
Yes, just a moment. I need to apply dabs of glue to some of these wires.
Dabs.
Yes. I'm glad I got these little tweezers.
Where did you get those?
Michael's. They used to have. They used to sell mosaic supplies.
Oh, it's a mosaic supply thing. Okay.
I got these, and I got. I forget what these are called, but they're reverse tweezers.
Forceps, right?
Forceps are the ones that look like scissors. I think. Maybe it's like another kind of forceps, but it's very useful for. Well, holding things when you don't want your hand to get tired. In a lot of occasions, painting models. It's very helpful for painting models. And in fact, it's what I'm using them for right now.
Speaking of.
Oh, yeah. Show them the Necron.
I was going to say, I didn't know you were painting a Necron.
I started it for my brother. My brother and I bought the Warhammer introductory Getting to Know You kit, which is floating around somewhere. Because we're not players, we haven't played a game before, but obviously we're both excited to learn.
Why no camera focus? Why no focus?
Have you tried appealing its machine spirit for
Yes.
compassion and mercy?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay, then maybe it just doesn't like you.
It just doesn't like me. Anyway,
Just
they're
doesn't like
they're robot Egyptians, which is pretty rad.
Undead robot Egyptians.
Yes.
Yes. So here is the man, more or less stuck
He
inside.
still has
It
things
looks.
coming out of
It
his
looks.
eyes.
It looks very invasive. I'm quite proud of how the little wires come out of the back of the head there. I think that looks very, very,
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, you can see through. Oh, that does look very good.
He's jacked into the Matrix.
He is.
Now I need to add the Omnispecs, I think they're called. Thank you. To the front of the model. The original Techno Gimp also had leg pieces.
Yeah, that were like embedded into the machine itself.
Yeah, so they're supposed to come down and plug into the legs somewhere. Oh, we have to show the camera. The piece has little hoses on it, if you can see there, and they're supposed to just plug into the leg somewhere. So I'm going to be drilling more holes in Bumblebee's head, and I'm going to be using my wire here to replicate the hoses. But in order to do that, I first need to figure out how the legs are going to be attached. So I think now is the time to attach the legs to the model.
Could you put a pin in the legs to make them movable, or would you not want it to be movable?
I don't necessarily want it to be movable. I like the position that it's in now, and that's going to be more work than I want to put into this. This is just supposed to be like a recreation activity.
Yeah.
I want to get this done as quickly as possible. I'm happy with my Bumblebee hack.
Bumble hack.
So, just for the sake of getting everything painted and wired in and what have you, I'm just going to attach the legs as recommended in the instructions.
Agree. I think if I continue building this, not for this character, but I would like to make some movable parts because that's fun.
I would love that.
That is fun for me. Alright, I'm just gonna dive right in here.
Yeah,
and
that's
putting purple places.
That's half the fun, just diving right in.
Oh, I did it bad and I didn't wash off this brush.
Oh.
It's a little gooey.
Oh,
okay.
Were you using that last, or was that me?
I don't know. One of us was.
Try not to keep them in the water.
Yeah, I know. Bad brush hygiene. So, part of the reason why you don't keep brushes in the water is because the fillet, which is the little metal part at the end of the brush. It's called a fillet.
Fillet?
Is often holds the bristles together with some kind of animal glue, I don't know if that's still used, but traditionally paintbrushes had animal glue, which
Some kind
is
of animal glue, yeah.
water
I've
soluble
heard
if you
that.
leave it for a long period of time.
Mhm.
I'm sure the cheap glues that are used in these cheap brushes are also not very water resistant. So you don't want to leave your brushes in the water. But I think the other reason too is the bristles get all messed up, right? Because they're sitting on the bottom.
I don't know that.
You don't know?
I'd heard the thing about the glue inside the metal barrel type area, the fillet.
Feel it.
Yeah.
You could we could fact check that. I'm not sure if it's actually called a fillet, but that's what I remember.
Ferrule?
Oh, maybe it's the ferrule.
Ferrule?
Ferrule. I will.
Ferrule?
I will look.
Ferret?
Ferret.
Ferret.
You got the ferret end of the paintbrush.
Yes.
I will look it up.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I
Ferrule.
will show the camera now that the legs are attached. There are the legs, and there is Bumblebee sitting in there,
Hanging out,
happy as a clam.
having a good time. Ferrule. It's pronounced ferrule. A ring or cap, typically a metal one, which strengthens the end of a handle, stick, or tube and prevents it from splitting or wearing.
Huh. So it's not just a brushes term.
Yeah, it's a general thing.
Interesting.
So, fillet. Fillet is.
Fillet is a framing term.
Fillet
I
is
know
a-
that.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk, like for me to talk to you about fillets? Would
So
you like to
many.
hear the word of our Lord and Savior, fillets?
A fleshy, boneless piece of meat.
Well, that'd be a fillet.
Yeah. A band or ribbon worn around the head, especially for binding the hair. That's where I think I know it from. Medieval fillets.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. All right, so it's a feral.
Feral?
Feral.
Feral cats.
Like feral cats. Yes, exactly.
40 to 50 feral hogs.
Too many hogs.
That's an older meme, sir, but it checks out.
It is an older meme.
How old is that meme?
Beginning of quarantine.
Oh, jeez, seriously?
Yeah. Pretty
Oh,
sure.
man. Oh, jeez. Oh,
It's
God.
been a while.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez.
All right, I'm just gonna put purple on this guy.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Just doing some purple because I really like purple, and I'm gonna go overboard with the purple. But that's okay because it's gonna unify the whole thing.
YOLO, right? YOLO.
That's what the kids say these days.
Is it what they say? I thought they said, like, fleek and lit and I don't know.
Keep going.
No, I'm not
Keep
gonna.
keep
no.
figuring it out.
I'm not going to shame myself. Do we have any viewers?
We have no one.
Oh, well, that's fine.
At the very least, this stream will be archived, and we'll be
Mhm.
able to upload it to our YouTube channel, and
Yes.
it'll be a nice little boring stream where we're putting some paint on some dudes and
Yes.
talking about nothing much in particular.
There's something nice about that.
It's true. It was nice. We had a stream a little while ago. We're probably not going to upload it. Where it was
Pre-Christmas.
just pre-Christmas. Where it was just our.
Because I accidentally doxed like 50 million people.
You didn't know. I mean, we were just chatting with our friends, with our like close in-person friends that they had
Yes.
joined the stream. So it was just sort of like natural, no filter chat. Ooh, maybe I put a lot of blood on this guy. I'm doing purple,
Mhm.
and so I started putting purple around the mouth, and I'm like, ooh, that could, I don't know, that could be fun.
Be careful.
Too much blood?
Well, I think blood can be a trap.
Ah,
There is a certain kind of model painter that
goes heavy on the gore.
perhaps compensates for their lack of skill with, I'm going to put blood on it. That'll look cool.
Yes, I do understand.
When I was shopping for this for you, I definitely saw some of those, and if it's not done right, it looks kind of bad.
I understand.
I think the best way to go about it would be pick a few areas, make some blobs, and then after you finish painting the model properly, like just as the final touch, maybe before you spray it with varnish, take a toothbrush and load it up with some wet, really watery red paint, and just flick the bristles at it.
Okay.
I've had students tell me that that's an excellent way to make stars in painting.
I have done that before.
Mhm.
It is I would call it a cheap trick of a method of painting, but it works.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Like any other kind of gimmick, you have to be kind of judicious about how you do it, because
Yeah.
otherwise it becomes like a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
Crutch.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if I had painted minis before. I have.
Oh, really?
Norb. So we.
Oh yeah, you painted Norb.
I forgot about that. So
Norb Knackle Jingle Pant.
God, that was so many years ago. We had D&D.
5 years ago.
Was it 5?
4 or 5? No, 5 or 6. Shit.
6. We had a D&D game that we were going to at a little local store, and
Support your local game store.
yes, always support your local game store.
Jeff Bezos has enough money.
Oh God, don't. Ugh.
Is that a controversial statement?
No, it's not controversial. It's just Jeff Bezos is exhausting, and I can't that he has too much money.
I gotta say though, as far as evil rich people are concerned, I kind of respect him because he really doesn't have any drama. He's not like Elon Musk coming out on Twitter every 30 seconds saying something offensive.
Oh no, Jeff Bezos has shit tons of drama where he doesn't pay his workers and like no one gets breaks and.
Well, that's not exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, he's sort of an evil villain, but he's like quiet.
Oh, he's a quiet evil villain.
Yeah, exactly. But like Elon Musk is like on the news because he forces his Tesla plant to open up during the middle of quarantine, and he's like openly flouting the law. And
Elon Musk is just an idiot. That's all. He's just a rich boy idiot. Whereas Bezos is a little bit smarter with his villainy, I think. Yeah, it's.
Yes.
Let's not talk about it. I will rant.
I agree. I am going to go back to painting my man.
I do like how the purple's coming out in the mouth, though. I know. We gotta get a better camera setup.
I like that. No,
Yeah.
I like the purple.
That's what I'm saying. I think it came out pretty good. This camera's bad. It's partly the lighting, too.
Yeah, we only have these 2 overhead LEDs. I just want to say that Psy is back in the 41st millennium, and Gangnam Style is really taking off.
Is it?
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah, I can see.
Can't.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. I should have left it on the thing. But
Doing a pants thing.
yeah. He's doing the horse riding dance.
The horse riding pants dance.
There we are. Oppa Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Do. Nice call with the hand.
So that man sits on the little motorcycle seat.
He sits up on
Situation.
top, just like that.
He just clips right in.
Well, he doesn't clip in. I'll have to glue the man at some point.
Could you put magnets on his butt?
Sure, I suppose.
And then you could take the man off of the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you need to, but...
The man should always be part of the machine.
I think it's cool to have modular things. I really like modular things. You know this about me.
Yeah, I do. I know you like it.
Modular things are just so cool because you can be like, oh, it's this thing, but then if I want it different, I can make
it different very easily.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite part.
Yes. Let's see. Is he supposed to lean back like this? I need to actually look at my instructions.
I don't think so.
There's another thing that I have here that I need to figure out a place for. I'll hold it up to the camera. There is this kind of rifle-looking piece in its holster. These guys are very Wild West. I'd like to attach it to the model somehow.
Which is weird, because it's like... They're very church, but also they have, like, cavalry riders.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. My present from
where
Santa. Where is it?
Third one down.
Yep, here it is. The Cerberus Raiders.
Which, were these supposed to be dogs or horses? No, they're more like horses. Which is pretty damn cool.
Well, there's that thing about the onager dune crawler being based after the insectoid animal known as a mule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're
They have a vehicle called an onager dune crawler, which is named after a mule, but
like an earth mule.
yes. Well, there's a species of mule called an onager, but apparently, according to the Mechanicus records, mules used to be insectoid beasts of burden back on Holy Terra.
Which is Earth.
Yes.
So why do they not know anything about Earth? What's the lore there?
I mean, it's 40,000 years in the future or something, so I think it's just enough time has passed.
Where Earth is just this weird lost legend type situation?
No, Earth is still around, but I think they've completely obliterated Earth's nature, life, natural resources.
Or mules did evolve into bug-like creatures given all that time.
Over 40,000 years?
Yeah, I mean everything evolves into crabs, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That clickbait article that was somewhat misleading.
It was very misleading.
It was disappointing.
You wanted it to be true. You wanted everything to evolve into crabs.
Yes, I have a fondness for crabs.
We both do. Crabs are very good.
Yeah, there was an article making rounds, and there have been memes for the future people, if anybody actually watches this, about how all animals are like turning into crabs or whatever, but the title was clickbait. It's just like a lot of crustaceans happen to all wind up looking like crabs.
They evolve into a crab-like shape because it's more efficient. But, well, whip spiders have evolved into more of a crab-like shape.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
that is
it's
true.
not just crustaceans. It can be other...
Arthropods.
Arthropods, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that actually looks really good. So I put some purple paint. Oh, God. This lighting is bad. I'm going to see...
Well, it's very contrasty lighting, so your lights are very light and your darks are very dark. So
Yeah.
I think the nice subtle purple that you have there just got lost.
Yeah. Anyway, these little dots I put purple in, and they contrast rather nicely with the brown currently. So I'm going to continue to do that and put purple in all the little dots.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Scutari.
Look at that.
Oh, that's nice. Hang on, can I see?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like the texture.
Yeah, the texture's actually alright.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still not 100% sold on this dude, but I am warming up.
You mean on the paint job that you're starting?
The everything. I mean, the paint job is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, the primer job.
Oh no, just lots of little coats and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Little tiny coats.
Yep.
Little jackets.
And you'll want to make sure that you hit the top nubblies with a knife to scrape off the paint, or like a file or some
when I go to
sandpaper
glue
or
them
something.
together.
Yeah, when you go to glue them together.
Yeah, just so we don't have paint all on here and then the things don't join.
I think that is looking quite nice.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your support.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, your butt. No, brushing the paint.
Thank you for the idea for the Transformers head too. That was a very good
Yeah.
idea. I'm sorry I took things to a darker place than I think you were expecting.
No. I mean, we were both kind of trying to figure out a solution that wasn't man embedded in machine with no limbs, because that was very sad.
So now it's a beloved children's character embedded into a machine with no
With
body.
no limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bumblebee does kind of suck though, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of okay. Like the new movie that came out, notwithstanding, that movie was actually very
was a
good.
good one.
It was a very good movie.
Actually, if you didn't say it, I was going to recommend it.
The movie?
Yeah, It was a great movie.
It's quite a great movie.
Not like a masterpiece of filmmaking by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a good, solid film. I enjoyed. Was it Haley Stenfeld?
I have no idea who the actress was. I don't remember anybody's names. Just she did good.
Same Z's. But yeah, I like that it was a female protagonist, and there was a male sort of supporting role who was also a minority, which is good.
Yeah.
And John Cena was in it, and he was a delight.
Oh yeah, he was the military guy.
Da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was the military guy.
Why John Cena?
I mean, you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Why not John Cena?
It was, yeah.
Why do anyone other than John Cena for that role? The sort of hard-ass military sergeant or whatever he was, who becomes a lovable okay guy at the end. That's like made for John Cena.
I don't know that much about John Cena, to be honest. I just know he's been in wrestling.
I think he was a face. Does that sound right?
I don't know, man.
I think he was a good guy wrestler. I don't think he was a heel. I don't follow wrestling. Neither of us really follow.
He hit people with chairs. Is that a good guy thing to do?
Did he?
Yeah, there's a gif of him online where someone gives him like a present and he unwraps it and it's a chair. It's a very funny gif.
I love that. And he hits someone with it like immediately?
No, but
did they deserve it?
I don't know. The gif doesn't conclude with him hitting anybody. It's
That's an anticlimax.
Here is chair. Hitman.
Yeah. If John Cena unwraps it, it's Chekhov's law, right? Or it's Cena's law. If John Cena unwraps a chair on stage, he has to hit someone with it. Yeah.
In another act.
That gun has to kill someone later.
So I, for the longest time, thought it was Chekhov from Star Trek.
Oh.
It was Chekhov a playwright?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his name was Antonin Chekhov. He said that, if you have a gun on top of the fireplace in the first act, then you have to pay it off in the last act, and it has to actually kill someone. I don't know any more than that. I'm not a student of that.
Theater.
Yeah, that Russian history there. So this says
theater.
I need piece 31 and 32.
Are you missing a piece?
No, I'm not missing a piece. It's just these are numbered a little weird. This has to be 32, because this one is definitely 31, but just sort of weird. Okay, so 31 goes on the right-hand side. I'm attaching the little grabby claws.
Does it have grabby claws? Oh,
It has little tiny grabby claws. They go on either side.
It's got little T-Rex arms.
I don't know why it has little T-Rex arms.
Well, because it's cute. If you built a cool walk-in robot thing, you got to balance it out with some T-Rex arms.
So, this is what I love about the Mechanicum, right? Okay.
The Mechanicum.
Or the Mechanicus, I should say. I love the T-Rex arms, but also I don't understand the T-Rex arms. Like, from an engineering standpoint, why would you add those if it's just a walking gun platform with a techno gimp in it? Like, what does the techno gimp need to pick up?
Food. I mean,
I think it eats through tubes. Yeah, so I don't think it's picking up food on the reg.
Tube food.
Tube food.
Tube food.
But also, like, I kind of find their whimsy delightful.
Oh, the tiny arm whimsy?
The tiny arms, yes, yeah. Precisely.
I think just like Carson and Jason, or whatever the word is, where things turn into crabs.
Carcinization or something.
Carcinization.
Crabification.
The closer you get to something...
At us, scientists.
They will. The closer you get to something becoming more like a dinosaur, the cooler it is.
Okay.
So you add a little arms, it becomes closer to a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs didn't have people inside them, though.
No, it's not. I didn't say it had to be exact to dinosaur. It just has to be close to dinosaur.
Dinosaur adjacent.
Dinosaur adjacent. Exactly.
Dinosaur adjacent.
Which I think is something that I'd like to strive for in my own artwork going forward.
More dinosaurs?
More dinosaurs.
Yeah. I was very happy. Do you think it's safe to discuss work that we've already done for clients?
Yeah, so long as we don't discuss ones that are under contract.
Well, yes, the ones that we have an NDA about.
Yeah.
But we did a piece for Dorje. I forget their handle on Twitter, but it was a Stegosaurus, and I got to do this like whole volcano scene, and the background was like a volcano that was exploding, and it was very Paleozoic or whatever the era was. It was very cool to do.
You did a good job making it look like those old like 70s dinosaur books. The like illustrated dinosaur books.
Ah, yes, that was exactly what my intent was.
The inspiration for it was. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. It was my love letter to the those old bad dinosaur illustrations to when we thought that the T-Rex walked like a person.
Yeah. Why did we think that?
Because it had 2 legs, and we assumed it was big and dumb.
I mean, it was.
It wasn't. I mean, its relative intelligence is up for debate, but
yes.
It wasn't the slow lumbering beast or the mentally slow lumbering beast that scientists thought it may have been back in the day.
This is true. It was a murder chicken.
Quite sprightly for a murder chicken.
Big murder chicken.
Mm-hmm. Big murder energy.
Big murder energy. It true.
Mm-hmm.
There was a meme, because now I guess we're at that point where I'm referencing memes here.
Oh, no.
There's a meme where it was just a picture of a bunch of dinosaurs, and it was like bird watchers be like, shit, too early. Because
oh, yeah.
I was like, yes.
Oh.
Because I also love birds. Birds and dinosaurs.
I love birds.
I love birds.
I love birds.
They're good.
I love the shadows.
Good. I would never own a bird because they are so much work. Oh!
Showing the camera.
That looks
the
really
little
good.
T-Rex arms on the front.
It makes it.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes it.
Yeah, it needs them to pick things up
And put them down
elsewhere. Or maybe in the same place. I don't know.
Somewhere different.
I don't come to judge the
Man.
whatever it's called. I don't judge its life choices.
Man.
Yeah, the man's choices.
I made a weird purple heart.
Oh.
It's got a weird.
Kind of like a brain.
Yeah, maybe that's where its brain is.
You'd think that'd be kind of a vulnerable spot.
I mean, we got vulnerable spots.
Yeah, but our heart isn't on the outside like the tyrant.
Yeah.
That was weird. How come you could shoot it in the heart like 50 million times and it wouldn't die?
That's
I mean, because video games.
Because video games. Though it's blanking. Oh, brain fart.
What?
The game, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah.
Resident Evil, right?
Yeah.
Well, the T-virus does some crazy ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why could you shoot Nemesis a million times and he didn't die?
Because he regrew.
Yeah.
But, like, why was his heart on the outside and shooting it didn't just immediately murder him?
Because T-virus, it's scarier that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be much of a boss fight if you fought it once and it died.
What? Okay.
What a brave choice that would be, though.
Wouldn't it be cool for a video game if it was just like, wow, you are an overpowered protagonist and you did shoot this boss once and it did die? That would throw a lot of people off. Sort of
One Punch Man with the video game?
Yeah.
There have been a lot of games who've actually done that, and people get, like, super hatey on it. Demon Souls is one of those.
Demon Souls? I thought Demon Souls was, like, pretty ruthless.
Spoilers for Demon Souls. If you haven't played Demon Souls, avert your ears now. Don't listen to the stream.
Okay.
Spoilers for Demon Souls.
Okay.
The final boss you fight. King Allant. Is
the Goo Man.
Well, yeah, he's a super easy fight. He's an anticlimax. In the Japanese, he's known as Allant who failed to become. He tried to take the power of demons and become super powerful, but he sucked at it and he got shitty. And you're supposed to feel pathetic for him, or feel pathos for him. Yes. Same with Gwyn at the end of Dark Souls. He's this crazy old homeless dude who, like, gave up his being to Link the Fire, and you're just going to put him out of his misery. If you know how to parry, the fight is a joke.
Well, isn't he supposed to be sort of a reflection of the protagonist character, because that you become his position if you choose to do the flame thing again?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, but it's not a particularly difficult fight. It's, if you know how to parry, it's generally regarded as a very easy fight.
So people were butthurt about those guys being too easy at the end of the game?
Yeah, because people are like, oh, I've been to the end of the game, I want a challenge. Well, you know, that's
the whole game is a challenge.
I mean, yeah, but, like, you know, you expect this big epic climax against this big epic dude, and it's just some fucking crazy hobo with a fire sword.
He wasn't a hobo. He was living in a cave.
He was squatting in a... Yeah.
I thought that was like his throne room area.
Without getting too deep into it, nah.
No?
Nah. That was where the fire that he was trying to save lived. So he went to the firehouse.
The firehouse.
Yeah.
The fire lives here.
That was a good one. Oh, it's still going. There we go. Yeah, he went to the firehouse so he could make the fire live longer, but he went dumb and crazy.
No.
So also spoilers for Dark Souls, a 10-year-old game.
That's fine.
Yeah, Jesus, Dark Souls is almost 10 years old.
We should do whenever we find our... Oh yeah, so going...
the Hauppauge.
Way back.
2014, 2015, when the PS4 X-Bone first came out.
Thing.
The Wayback Machine.
We bought this microphone because we were
time.
going to do some Let's Plays. Because we like games, and games are fun.
Mm-hmm. This is a fact. It is a truth universally acknowledged.
We got a Hauppauge. It was basically just a capture device.
Hauppauge HD PVR DVR something.
Yeah, it was a capture device.
Yeah.
And so we recorded a bunch of games, but then I suck at editing because it now becomes a giant thing, and I get too perfectionist over it. So it's just this big daunting task. So I have all the files. We're probably never going to release it.
Mm.
But we got this microphone for that. Because it's a decent middle-of-the-road microphone that has good sound quality.
Mm-hmm. You're very, very anal about your sound quality.
Sound quality is very important.
I agree.
Because, here's the thing, right? You start watching a video, and if the person's voice is really annoying, or they have, really shitty audio, it's an immediate turn-off to, the video you're watching. And I'm saying this knowing full well that maybe people don't like my voice, and that's okay, that's fine. But it's, I don't know, I think having good audio where, you make sure that you're not clipping and things are mixed properly, it makes your video leaps and bounds above the average video.
It's important. I do agree. I think it is important to have good audio. I don't know if the camera can see, but yep, there they are. There's the eyeballs in the front, the peepers. I'm gonna probably drill holes in the sides of the casing to feed the wires through, but I need to wait a little bit to do that. I want to make sure everything is dry before I go drilling.
Dry and drilling. I've made this man purple. I've done a lot of purple.
You're doing a good job. You're being very conservative with the paint. You're approaching it slowly, lots of layers. You're doing well. Thank
you. I appreciate that.
I think now that it actually has paint on it, it looks a lot better too.
It's getting there. I'm figuring it out. I'm seeing what I like about it. I'm playing with it. Thank you. Thank you for your encouragement.
You're doing fine.
Thank you.
You're doing just fine. Don't even worry your pretty little head. You're doing just fine.
So, here's the deal with the stream. It's 8:57.
Been an hour.
Got no viewers.
Oh.
That's okay. I'm fine with that.
Womp womp.
It ebbs and flows. I mean, it's a Monday after
it's a Monday night.
Vacation. So everyone's going to be tired because they have to go back to work. I am one of those. I know how that goes.
They have had to go back to work since it's Monday.
To work.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might use the rest of the stream to adjust lighting and kind of figure out things.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. I'm going to continue working on my model, and I'll continue to provide commentary. We can still talk.
That sounds
good. If you want to take the time to do that, I think that's fine as well.
Yeah, because that way we'll have the setup ready for later on when people are actually available to watch, stream, or care, or whatever. It's not a big deal.
You're a big deal.
You're a big deal. I will put...
They call me Big Deal.
Big deal.
Hi, I'm Big Deal.
I'm Big Dale.
Big Dale.
This is the dragon.
Oh,
that is blue. It's a Draco Lich. It was
Blue Eyes Blue Dragon.
Blue Eyes Blue Dragon. This will be a good model to figure out the lighting setup on because right now it's very contrasty. And put these paints away.
Put these paints away.
Although the only issue is I don't know what other lights we have because we got the studio lights and we have the overhead light.
We have some more clamp lights. I have some down in the basement. I don't recommend going to get those now because that's gonna suck.
I have one in the closet that we use for photography. Let me get that and
photography.
Just see how things do.
Okay, sure. I'll vamp for a little bit in case anyone shows up. So yeah, I'm making. This is not going to get picked up on camera, but from the head to the sort of railing top piece, there's a handful of wires. Here, let me move the lad over here, because maybe you'll be able to see. Yeah, there we are. There's some wires up there. I'm making little bridges out of super glue, and I'm attaching them together. I have this little bottle of spray kicker here. It's an accelerant. It's very good at making the super glue dry faster. So that'll help me attach the head more securely, more permanently to the body of the iron strider.
The man.
And you're back.
I'm back. It's got a very interesting smell, kicker, and it's not something that I know how to articulate.
It's sweet. It smells sweet.
I don't know if sweet is the way I'd describe it. I guess it is sweet.
It's sort of a sickly sweet or a fakey sweet.
Yeah. It's one that I've grown to like just because we've used it on so many of our projects, and I smell it and I associate it with building stuff and having fun. But Probably not something we should be breathing in all the time.
I think the occasional spray once in a while.
Oh, it's a yellow light.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the cooler light set up.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see if we have any other bright bulbs. Did we use all the bright bulbs?
Bright bulbs.
The super
bright
luminous.
bulbs. I don't know. I do not know. So the instructions here show that the man, you assemble the two arms there right at the center, and both arms have a handle for the gun turret that goes on it. And I have the gun turret built. I have it here. I think I may leave it as a separate piece because it'll be easier to paint if I leave it separate. But this model has a hand that is holding a gun right in front of my middle finger there. So I think I'm going to clip it out, and I'm going to have one hand on the turret, on the cannon, and the other hand holding the gun. I'm sure, like, from a legal play perspective, it can't have both the gun and the gun turret, but I like the Wild West feel of the sort of ranger dude on top with both. How's that working out for you?
Better. Also, this is a weird ass light bulb.
Oh, that is weird.
I don't know where this
is that
came
an
from.
LED thing?
Yeah,
or?
it's got like weird separations on the inside. Yeah,
it's got like vents or ports in it.
It's got 4 LEDs. It looks like on the inside. That's a really. I don't think I've seen a bulb like that before.
It is weird.
All right, I have this. It's still a warm light, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if the issue with the camera is because of the closeness. Or, no, I think it's just this camera doesn't have a focal length to it. It's just like a flat.
It autofocuses actually. So when
Does
you
it
brought,
actually?
yeah, I believe so. I've noticed when I draw my hand closer, the camera focus like changes to try to compensate. It doesn't always do it.
Yeah, it does it a little bit, but it's not consistent.
Yeah. Well, I think it's meant for a person sitting, sort of half an arm's length away, like at a computer desk, who's, so that their face is in focus when they're Skyping their grandmother or what have you.
All right. So I'm gonna be a little wild. What if I clip this light directly to the computer? What happens?
I mean, I don't know. You'll tell me what happens.
It's not bad. It's not the worst.
It may not be great for the screen. Actually, you have it clipped onto the screen.
You're right.
Try clipping it onto the loopy on the light.
Yeah.
Maybe on this part here.
No, I'll do it on this loopy so I can move the arm around.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
You're smart.
That is more use than I've gotten out of that magnifying glass at all.
Yeah, so we have a light behind the camera, and it's got like one big bar of light, and then a little clippy attachment, and then a magnifying glass attachment. Yeah, we've never used that magnifying glass because, like, why? I don't know. It's meant to be a workshop light, so it's got all these cool attachments, but yeah.
That's a hell of a gun.
Oh my god, it's huge.
It's like
Put it in the light, see if the camera picks it up.
It's like twice as big as the dude is.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's...
I think it's called a Radium Giselle.
That's a name.
Yeah, actually, I looked it up and I learned something today. Giselle is a kind of firearm that originates in the Middle East.
Oh, cool.
In the 1800s. Yeah, I saw the name in the instructions, so I looked it up. But it's Arabic. I think it means long barrel.
Well, that is definitely accurate.
I agree. I think it's a very apropos name.
Alright, that's probably the best lighting setup we're going to get at this point in time, given that we're filming on a laptop.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. How are you?
I am good. I think I'm actually going to wind down, seeing as we streamed for an hour and...
Nobody showed up?
No one showed up. I'm not sad about it or anything.
I am. It's their fault.
No.
It's all their fault.
Don't blame people.
I don't blame anybody.
I think it's just because it's Monday and it's after, and also we don't have, it's not like we stream regularly, so it's not like we have the viewership,
Yeah. And we've been very quiet too over the holiday season. Like we haven't been active on Twitter.
Yeah, we haven't
So
posted
people
or
are
anything.
probably not seeing our tweets.
Actually, yeah, very minimal engagement.
Would you like me to retweet as Gracchus?
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's just not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I'm okay with this because it means I get to play more Legend of Zelda.
Breath of the Wild. You're the new crack.
Yeah, I have a commission I need to catch up on, but I'm feeling low energy today. So I think taking the day to recoup after getting back to the daily capitalist grind.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
This is my last full week, though.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're going down to part-time now,
Yep.
so we'll have more time to work on
Things,
our clients' pieces.
which is very nice.
I'm going to use the Forbidden Jutsu.
The candle?
Yep, the Forbidden Jutsu.
Yeah, show the camera.
So,
what are you doing?
I have a candle here now. This arm goes straight out, like it's holding the gun straight out. I think the idea was it's supposed to be mounted against this railing on the front somewhere here. So if I want the guy to be holding the gun, his elbow would be bent. So I'm going to heat the piece up slowly, delicately, hopefully not catch it on fire, and then use the heat to bend the arm piece into kind of a like a bent arm shape. So just slowly rotating.
Rotisserie arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you caught plastic on fire before?
Many times.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, when I was making the base for this, if you look, it's a little pock-marked.
A little crispy.
A little brown, a little crispy. Yeah. That was... I mean, I've done this before, but I was a little too overeager that time, so I'm trying to be a little bit more careful now. There we go. Slowly but surely.
Bending the man.
There's a little bit more of a bend at the
Elbow joint.
elbow pit.
Elbow pit.
Elbow pit at the elbow joint now, and I'm just going to keep, spend a little time over the fire, massage it, work
Massage it into place.
Yep, exactly. The other thing, the fire is let it get too hot. Yep, that's okay. We're very yep.
Do you need a tool?
No, I should be good. I'm gonna do that. Come on.
So because it's not showing up on camera, basically the arm has sort of jellified in a manner.
I was a little too overeager.
Well, now it's very pliable. So there's that.
Yep. But now I just hold it still, and it'll sort of solidify like that. I've fucked up a little bit, and I have this weird sort of dimple.
Oh, yeah, he's got a weird bulge.
I don't know if the camera can see.
Yeah.
There's a weird dimple at the top of the arm there, which I may have to fill with milliput. But this should be good-ish to attach now.
And milliput is is it plumber's putty?
No, it's plumber's putty is sort of a chalky substance almost. It's kind of a clay, I should say. It's kind of sort of a clay-like substance. Milliput is a 2-part epoxy clay. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. I'm going to have to continue. I'm gonna.
You're doing it.
Yep.
Making the man.
I'm gonna have to continue refining, but that's about how it's gonna be, and I like that. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sand some more of the shoulder piece down, and then attach it to the body. Yay!
Glue it right in place.
Yes, precisely. So you think in the future we're gonna use that lamp there?
I'll keep it here for now. I think we definitely need a better video setup. That's for sure.
I mean, to be honest, I can always use more light.
Oh
so.
Yeah. Because we haven't been taking as many photos lately. Let's just keep this here.
I like that. Yes, we haven't had to show off as many photos lately. Either.
Yeah, it's very true. We'll get back to it.
Oh yes, definitely.
But I think having this is a good temporary setup. It will be refined as we continue on and figure things out.
To be determined. To
be determined. I think the next step will be getting a webcam that's like a really nice one, and we can put it overhead and sort of mount it to.
Yes,
here.
that would be really nice to have a top-down view of the work that we're doing.
Yep, I think actually for this type of work, much more ideal than a weird like sidelong viewing.
Yeah. I mean, the side view is really only good for the work that you're doing on the end there. Oh, there we go. Don't want to use too much.
Which, let's be honest, I'm not the. Oh, I wasn't going to say star of the show, but you do more technical work than I do here.
The stuff that I'm doing is a little fine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really show up too good on camera. I'd have to put a GoPro on my forehead. Or put some kind of camera right in front of me.
I kind of do love that idea, though.
Okay. Your dad.
Yeah.
You are your father's daughter.
My dad has this obsession with headlamps. And so, like, every year for Christmas, he will just get us another headlamp. He's like, oh, they're really useful for stuff. And yes, they are. And we have...
They can be.
We have used them on occasion.
I've definitely used it once.
You used it once. I think you were, like, cleaning out the basement or something. But they're only occasionally used. I don't know. It's very common to see him with a headlamp on, and it's very amusing.
Yeah, he's a fun dude.
He's a fun dude. He very much means well, and I do appreciate the headlamps that we do have because we have actually used them. I think we used it camping. I think we used it when we went camping once.
I won't swear to that. I don't remember that.
It sounds right. I don't exactly remember either.
Yeah, that's okay.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm. So.
The man.
There's the man. He's got his rifle. He's
really
holding it.
Done.
Bumblebee is in there. He's happy. He's having a good time.
He's all situated inside the machine.
Yep. And now I can take the other arm and I can attach the other arm to the body. And I can use that to hold the gun. Or the turret. He can be hanging onto the turret.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Just as you are very cool.
You are very cool.
Thank you. Let's see here.
Do you want me to keep the stream going until you touch the arm?
He's 59. You can kill it whenever you want.
All right. I think I'm going to call it here. To any future people that are watching, thanks for bearing with us.
Yes, indeed.
We appreciate your presence, be it in the current timeline or in the future timeline, and we hope you are doing well and continue to do well.
Yes, indeed.
Have a good night.
Hang in there, y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.